somehow I've managed to forget about this thing in the back of the display case for almost 2 years. It has been quite a while since this was on camera. This is what's known as an AK-47 switchblade, part of a subgenre of what's known as Russian prison knives. The story is that these were made in Soviet-era prisons out of old AK-47 parts. I guess the spring probably would be the most likely part. How credible that story is, I don't know. I doubt anybody was stripping down AKs to make funky switchblades. But a ton of these came out of Russia in the 80s, and it is just a really, really wild design. It's a pick lock mechanism, so you've got this big thumb stud here that allows you to lift the lock bar out of the locking notch in the back of the tang there. That lock bar is actually driven by the same spring that drives the action. You can see there's that angled interface there that compresses the mainspring when you lift it. And the way the mainspring opens the blade is you have this bar running through the spring, through the center of the lock bar, all the way up to here, and it ends in a little hook. And that hook engages, can we get the lighting right? Maybe, kinda. That corner of the tang right there has a little notch in it that hook engages with. And so when you close the blade, that notch in the tang comes up against the hook in the bar and draws the bar up, focus, draws the bar up, compressing the spring. Kind of neat that you can actually adjust the spring tension with that little barrel nut right there. That's pretty cool. And then the sear mechanism, you've got this big rocker here that actually engages with the edge of the fuller, this edge of the fuller, to lock the blade in the closed position. You can see it. Drops right into the fuller there. You can see the bottom side of the sear right there. Actually, less engagement than I thought it had. I don't think I ever actually really peeked in there. Really hard to get the lighting in there to see. Alright, hold on. There we go. Okay. It was just shiny and hard to see. There's pretty healthy sear engagement. I've never felt like this thing was going to inadvertently fire on me. Price-wise, I forget what I paid for this. I want to say it was around $200 because this one was pretty rough. I think I see them in the $200 to $400 range, depending on how clean they are for these vintage 80s pieces. There is a maker, I think Armenian Doctor Knives is a current maker of this style mechanism in much nicer materials, and I think those go for $1,000 and up. I should have checked, but I know I've seen some really fancy versions of this on Arizona Custom from Armenian Doctor Knives. So yeah, like I said, it'd been a while. Somebody asked a question about this recently, and I dragged up one of my old videos to show them. And I figured, you know what? It's been a couple of years. I should probably do a fresh one. So there you go. A look at a AK-47 Russian prison knife. Really, really neat piece of switchblade history. Just crazy lines. Crazy steampunk kind of mechanism. Yeah. Definitely got to track one of these down if you're into weird switchblades. So, hope everyone has a good day and enjoyed the video. Oh man, can't end on that. And I will catch you all tomorrow.